Peace. Good morning, family. How you doing? It's Mr. R2 here at Consistency is Currency, your morning podcast of choice. I would just like to say, calm down. I would just like to say, I thank you for being here. It is Thursday. This week has flown by, but it is still a week nonetheless. It is still a Thursday that you've reached. And just being on this side of life is always a blessing. It will always be a blessing. Because there was someone who didn't make it to even see Wednesday. There was someone who didn't make it through the weekend. There was someone who did not make it to see 7:30. So thank you for being here. Thank you for uh, life, health, strength, whatever it is that you want to say. That's what we give thanks for, just as well as I give thanks to you for being here in this space and in this time. So thank you again. Everybody that's watching right now on the YouTube platform and everyone that's watching on the Facebook platform, the LinkedIn platform, and you even going to even listening into it on the podcast distribution platform, whether it's iHeart, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Anchor, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, wherever you listen to it at. Thank you, like always. So, peace. Good morning, Mr. Bowens. Um, Thank you for being here always in the morning, repeatedly. Where you located at right now? I ain't seen you in a minute, but where you located? Uh, Still in Oklahoma? Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're talking about dreams. We're talking about dreams here. We're going to dig so deep into dreams. We're going to break down dreams so much. It's going to be broken down in a way that you haven't heard before. I know I haven't heard this before, but of course, we've heard the song when Biggie started out. It was all a dream, and that's what it was. A lot of times, that's where it is. Fort Sill, you never left. That's where it is, and it has stayed there, just like Owen stayed there, Oklahoma. But that's where dreams. Sometimes dreams just stay where it is, and it stays there only because we have to make action, right? We never put shoes on it and walk it all the way out. We haven't walked it all the way through. But anyway, we're going to jump 2 feet into the conversation. But like always, I definitely like to know where you're viewing from. If you're in the state of Texas, just put the city you're from, or if you're outside the state of Texas, put the city and state, just so we can see, how far and just to build on this digital relationship. But again, I thank you always. So let's go ahead and jump into this. It was all a dream. Go ahead and put the word dream inside the chat just so you can begin to expose a dream for what it is. And when you get the definition, like, okay, that's a dream. But now, what am I doing after the dream has been dreamt, right? So we're going to talk about where we are, and then we're going to give vision to our what's next. And I can say that because this is like me talking to me out loud, and you're able to hear my own self or my own personal conversations that I'm having with myself, because I'm in this moment right now too. But I know it's not just me. I know I'm not the only one in the moment of the dream, or someone that is in the moment of actually uh, uh, bringing your dream to pass or materializing that dream. And we're going to talk about that. So let's do it. All right. You know what? You know what I want to do? I'm going to switch something up. Let me change this caption, because I want this to be just a little bit more interactive about this. Are you still dreaming? Are you living your? That's what I want to do. Are you? All right. So that's the word. That's the question that's proposed right now. are you still dreaming, or are you living your dream? I probably should have put S in because some people have more than one dream, but I still want to hear about it. Are you living your dream? Are you still dreaming, or are you living your dream? That's the question of today. But we're still going to tap into it and put ourselves in that space. So for those that are listening from the podcast perspective, of course, you can't put it inside the chat, but you can actually leave a message. So the question to you again is, are you still dreaming, or are you living your dream? All right, so let's go ahead and jump. So for those who may be new to the platform, you're going to get definitions. You're going to get the inversion of definitions. You're going to give the origin of the words, the etymology, and then we're going to drop the deep dive, and then we're going to go ahead and close it out. So, dream. Definition of dream, it says contemplate the possibilities. Now, I will say, knowing what a dream is and reading the definitions of dream is kind of like a flip of the coin, because I'm sitting there like, wow, I mean, reading these definitions of dream really doesn't give you any hope, because it just looks like I'll just go over it. All right, it said it contemplate the possibility of doing something, or that something might be the case. Contemplate the possibilities of doing something, or that something might be the case. And the inversion on this is white over red, which is contemplate the possibility. So are you still contemplating the possibilities that you have? Are you in that mode of trying to figure out what it is, because you're still in that space? You know, you've impeded your travel, so therefore you're stagnant and you haven't taken that step to move in a direction of results. So again, the definition states compliment. Well, it should be a compliment to your thoughts. Contemplate the possibility of doing something, or that something might be the case. So again, the inversion is white over red, which is contemplate the possibilities. That's your dreams. Your dreams is a contemplated possibility. So because it had the word contemplate in it, let's look at contemplate and how it runs it runs parallel with your dreams. Because if it says to contemplate the possibility, let's go ahead and explore that a little bit. So the definition of contemplate, it says the state of being thought about or planned, the action of looking thoughtfully at something for a long time. So the inversion on this is real easy. It's real short. I want you to look at red over white. And if you're listening to this on podcast and you actually want to see it to where you can see what I'm talking about, go to the YouTube channel, go to consistency is currency, type that inside, and you're able to see these lives, and you're able to see what we're talking about when we say white over red or red over white. All right, the red over white is the state of being and the action of. Because remember, it's a contemplation. So you have two things that you can do when it comes to your dream, because if it's said that your dream is contemplate the possibilities, so within the contemplation, it is the state of being. I don't like this sound. It is a state of being or the action. So where are you at? Are you still talking about it? Because remember, it says the state of being. And because it is the state of being, is not really something that has materialized yet, because you're still talking about it. And then the other portion of it says the action of. So you're either doing it or you're not. You're either taking a step forward in your dreams or you're not. You have either created an action plan and actioned it. Those are the two ways that your dreams are actually going to material, or your dreams going to manifest itself. And it's not just going to be a conversation, because as you see within the definition of contemplate, it is the state of being or the action of. So let's go back into dream. The second definition of dream, it says an event or condition that you hope for very much, although it is not likely to happen. Now, this is just the definition. I'm just reading it. It's not something that R2 made up. This came out of the Cambridge definition, the dictionary, I should say. So this thing says dream is an event or condition that you hope that you hope for very much, although it is not likely to happen. So I'm gonna tell you something real quick, and I want you to look at it for what it is. The person that says my dreams will come true, and the person that says my dreams will never come true, both of those individuals are right. Both of them. I mean, none of them are wrong, because both of them spoke something into existence. Both of them have created their reality. So which one of those people are you? My dreams will come true, or my dreams have come true. Again, both of them are correct. Because to say my dreams will come true, that means that it is still in a state of being, right? You're still contemplating it. Because my dreams will come true and my dreams have come true is two different things. My dreams will come true is the state of being, and my dreams have come true is the action of. Again, I'm just showing you the definition, but allowing you to see it from a different perspective. Again, I'm not just talking to you, I'm still talking to myself, because I too have dreams like you have dreams. But the only way for these dreams to come to pass is to understand, where are you at in that process? Are you still in a state of being, or are you in the process of actioning that particular dream? Because it says an event or condition that you hope for very much. That's the inversion, the white over red. So what's the other thing that we hear about when it comes to saying hope? That's what is considered to be as faith. If faith is a substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, that means that it's still within the state of, but have yet to be action. It can stay within your mind to say, you know what? I know this dream is going to come to pass because these are the things that I'm going to do in order for me to ensure that this dream materializes. Because that's that event or condition that you hope for very much, because you're still in a state of being. And then you got the other inversion, the red over white. That's not the focus, but the focal is a white. But just looking at the red, although it is not likely to happen. The only reason why red will come to pass if you do not begin to work on the planned process. There's a process to everything. There's a plan that should go along or to be coupled with the process in order for that process or that thing to come to pass. Because if it is going to be results driven, that means that there are things that have to take place. There are an outline or whatever, or a schedule that need to be created in order for you to accomplish those things that you have set out for yourself. So this is something that I love when I looked at the etymology of dream. Now, the only thing about dream and an etymology that I found was it didn't really give an origin as far as, Old English or Latin or French or whatever it is. It says it came in the mid 1300s of dream. That's how they spelled it. DREMEN, of dream. Sure, we'll say that. because it doesn't give wherever the dialect came from. And it says to think about idly, vainly, or fancifully give way to visionary expectation. So now this is the process that I love because it made so much sense. It made a lot more sense to me when I began to look at the origin of the word, the etymology of the word, because now let's look at think about idly, right? To think about something idly, that means you're not in motion with it, you're just in the state of being. Because I know it's not just me. I've heard just like you when it says idle hands is the devil workshop. So now let's look at your dreams. If idle hands is the devil workshop, then an idle dream is a fixated idea, right? An idle dream is a fixated idea. That means it is an obsessive attachment without any results. So within the origin of dream, it says, think about idly. So you can become so obsessed with this dream that it does not create itself or manifest itself into tangible results because we sit on the dream and the dream haven't come to pass. That means you have to work on it. That means you have to write it out. That means you have to create it. That means you have to take those steps that you're going to take in order for that dream to come to pass. And then when it talks about the fancifully is saying that is showing free use of the imagination. So if it's showing free use of the imagination, that means a dream is free. And because the dream is free, that means everyone has the ability to have one. I mean, it's easy to give out dreams all day, but are you willing to pay the price for the process? I'm going to say that again. Because a dream is free, everyone has the ability to have one, but are you willing to pay the price for the process? You're going to either lose sleep, you may lose friends, you may lose your hair, you may lose a lot of time, but that is a part of the process because you have to be willing to pay the cost. You have to be willing to take the risk. You have to be willing to take the loss, but you have to look at it as, if I'm going to meet this particular goal, then I must ensure that the dream has to be that the vision of the dream has to come to pass, because the dream for me was free. And because the dream was free, the journey is not included, right? It's like buying something and it says batteries not included. The dream is free, but the journey is not included, right? It's free, but the journey is not included. And because the dream is free and the journey is not included, so now that means what? We got work to do. That means we have to understand that the state of hoping about the dream is free. Because if it says faith is a substance of things hoped for, then that means to hope about it is free. There's nothing tangible with the hope. But now you have to begin the process of materializing that hope to where it become tangible and true in nature. Because even looking at the give way to visionary expectations, because you have to have an expectation or a high expectation that I'm going to allow my dream to come to pass, that my dream is going to materialize. So therefore, I must grab a hold to my dream, because if my dream is to become physical in form, then I must transition my visionary, or I must transition my vision to have a higher expectation. Because if you look at and remember the definition of dream, it is only 50% of what you're going to do. right? Because are we ready to materialize the expectations of our dreams? That's the question now. Because if we're not ready to materialize the expectation of our dreams, then our dreams will remain idle. Our dreams will remain stagnant. Our dreams will not be able to come to pass because we're still idle within our thoughts. It is just that obsessed idea until you begin to put your boots on, lace them joints up, and get ready to walk. Get ready to put in the work. Get ready to create the result. Because the only way a result is going to be created is if you begin to take action on the dream within itself, not being afraid of the process, being open to take the risk, be open to understand that if I am going to create my what's next starts right now. So that's the open conversation. So are you still dreaming, or are you living your dream? I can honestly say there are some things I'm still dreaming about, and there are some things that I'm walking in the vision. I'm walking in what was once considered a dream. But I think when we become more transparent about our process and more transparent about our journeys, then our destination will actually become within reach, a lot easier and a lot faster, because we can say, like, you know what, like when we spoke about yesterday, identify your utilities. Once you identify your utilities, then you know what tool to use in order to make your dream come to pass. Only because you have identified those gifts, only because you have activated those gifts, only because you've shaken up those gifts and you've understood your assignment. Because if it said the visionary expectations, that means it's talking about you. You're the visionary. I'm the visionary. So we have to have expectations for ourselves if we're going to take those dreams and those expectations to transition into something that is tangible, to transition into something that actually materialize. That means that we begin to give shape or to take action to the dream that we have. So the dream is free. The process but you have a price to pay for the process. I'm willing to pay it. I'm willing to pay the process, because only thing that's going to do, I can't say the only thing. The thing that's going to do for me, as well as what it can do for you, it can give you life lessons on how to do it again. Right? If success leaves breadcrumbs, that means that you can always go back and retrace your steps to say, this is how I did it the first time. Now I know that I can do it again because I've already done it. I can take this dream and put it into my accomplishment pile and pick my next one up and sit it down and write this plan out. Because again, if a dream is an idea, an accomplishment is the result of the idea, then where are you at? Are you still dreaming about it, or are you accomplishing that goal? Or have you accomplished the goal? Because if your dreams and your goals outweigh your accomplishments, if it outweighs it, that means you got a lot more work to do. That means that there are so many things that you have yet to accomplish. There are so many things that you're still in the state of in your idle mind or your idle goal, that you're still obsessed with getting it done, but you have yet to accomplish it. It's okay to balance it back out, to look at it for what it is, and then transition those goals to put them in the accomplishment pile and to allow the accomplishment pile to outweigh the goals, because that means you're getting it done. That means that you're completing a task. That means that your results is what the expectation of the vision was. Because remember, the etymology of dream is a visionary's expectation. Walking your vision to pass will create your dream to come true, because you've planned it and you've materialized it and you've made it tangible. Because there was someone who wanted to create a camera and they knew what type of camera they wanted to create. They knew how they want the camera to function. They knew what shape they wanted it to be. They knew how they wanted to reflect. That is the only way that you're seeing me right now. This camera was a dream. The internet was a dream. Your car was a dream. Your house was a dream. The apartment complex that you're in was a dream. The job that you're on was a dream. The pencil that you use was a dream. The pencil that you utilize was a dream. These were all dreams. But until the visionary have placed itself in the line or the lane of the expectations, then it only became material. It only materialized because they began to work out the planned process to manifest it into something tangible, into its physical form. Again, I'm not just speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself too. Just out loud, and you can hear me. I'm just saying. Because we all have things that we're working on. Because remember, the dream is free, but the process is sold separately. You got to pay for it. The risk, you got to pay for it. The results is the results of the work that you put into it. You have the state and you have the action. You can state your vision all day, but until you action the vision, it will never come to pass. Until you action the dream, it will never come to pass. Is your dream big enough for you to reach out and to obtain it? Because if your dream is not big enough, then you don't have a reason to want that dream to come to pass. Because you're going to look at everything else and push everything else forward of your dream, because your dream isn't strong enough. Your why isn't strong enough to be coupled with your dream in order for you to allow the results to take place or to allow the results to materialize. If your dreams is for your grandkids or your great grandkids to have something, then your dream has to materialize or they won't see it. If your dream is to come off your job and to start your business and to be successful, your research has to be stronger than the visionary of the dream in order for your dream to materialize, to sustain your business as if you was working for somebody else. Don't have these idle-minded visions of dreaming. You have to take the vision, you have to take the dream, take a hold of the dream and make it work. Not just for you, because there's something that is waiting on you to bring that dream to pass. All right. Man. Hey, it was all a dream. Either we're going to wake up. Again, I said I'm speaking to me too. So don't think I'm just talking at you. I'm speaking to myself out loud. But whoever dreamed about creating this camera allowed us to have this open dialogue virtually. So are you ready for your dream? Those that are watching, are you ready for your dream? Or are you idle and can't say it? Because remember, idle is either the state of or the action of. Action your dream. Build your process. Because to say my process is like my kingdom, that means I have to build my castle. I can't say I have a kingdom if I haven't built no castle. I can't say that I want a kingdom if I haven't written out the blueprint for the castle or the blueprint for how I want it to be. It starts with a plan, and then the again, oh my goodness, the dream is so free that everybody can reach up and get it. It's just like when they say, oh, the low hanging fruit. Okay. If that's all you can reach, how come you haven't reached and grabbed it yet? If the fruit was hanging low enough for you to reach, that means the dream was within reach, that you have yet to reach your hand up there and grab a hold of it because the dream is free. All right, that's enough. Hey, y'all be blessed. Y'all be blessed. Share this with somebody. We all got dreamers in our family. We all have dreamers within our circle of friends. But who's ready to pay the price to materialize the dream? Again, the dream is free, but the process comes with a price. The person who says, my dream will come true, and the person who says, my dreams won't come true, both of those individuals are 100% correct. So, which side are you on? The dream will come true or the dream won't come true? Close your eyes and figure it out. Completely up to you. All right, man. Y'all be blessed. Share this with someone. Bless them today. Take this live. Share it inside a group because everyone has a dream. Mine is to hope that you have a blessed day. Hope that you finish out this week stronger than you started. Hope you close out this week so you can open it up a whole nother week to say, you know what? This week was so good. I know next week is going to be great because I've learned something about myself last week. I'm learning something about myself all the time. Sometimes y'all get to hear about it. But all right, Mr. R2 here at Consistency is Currency, your morning podcast of choice. Y'all be blessed. Peace.